How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be about trust and how we lose trust. But here at Conscious Creator, I'm Robert Barkman. Trust is super important to us. I believe trust supports love. I believe trust is a requirement in order to have a community that's loving and open and can be vulnerable. So we're building a very beautiful community, and I just want my community members to know that they are in a safe environment. We're trying to foster a community to where you can be open and vulnerable. We talk about very important stuff here. So trust is super valuable to us, and our community is growing really fast, and everyone has been super, super great. And we're kind of trying to keep our community pure. So, I'm very discerning about who enters our community, just to let you guys know. And if people don't have the right intentions, or they want to just be haters or bring any kind of negativity into our community, I just want my community members to know that I'm acutely aware of that, and I'm watching it. And I'm not all about the numbers. I'm all about helping my community, all of us growing together and mastering our realities together. So let's get going. Today's video is on trust, why we lose trust, everything about trust. So I'm going to start things off with what I thought was a really cool quote by Ernest Hemingway. And it goes as, "The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them." I really like that, and I really like Ernest Hemingway. So we all want trust, right? We all crave connection, but for many of us, trusting others feels like one of the hardest things to do. So why is that? Why does trust, something that's so natural to the soul, feel so dangerous to the mind? So let's see what trust is. Trust isn't just a belief. It's an energetic frequency. It's the vibration of openness, surrender, and alignment. To trust is to let go of control. That's a big one. It's to believe that life and the people in it are reflections of something greater. Trust is the invisible bridge between fear and love. But here's the challenge. Trust requires vulnerability. And most people have learned, often through pain, right, that vulnerability equals danger. So where does distrust or mistrust come from? So from childhood, we learn about trust through experience. If love was inconsistent, if our feelings weren't respected, or if we were betrayed, the nervous system records that as a warning. People are not safe. Watch out. Be on alert. And so we build walls. We armor our hearts, close our hearts off to avoid being hurt again. But those same walls that protect us from pain also keep the love out. They block connection, intimacy, and authenticity, the very things that feed our souls. So let's talk about the ego's role. The ego loves control, right? It loves to control. It wants guarantees, outcomes, and certainty, predictability. It says, if I don't trust anyone, I can't be betrayed. I'm safe. But the soul whispers, if I don't trust anyone, I can't truly love or be in love. Trust threatens the ego because it requires surrender, a willingness to release control and flow with the unknown. But that surrender is where your true power lies. Every moment you choose trust over fear, you step closer to your authentic self, the part of you that's not afraid to be seen or to feel. Here's a spiritual truth. Our ability to trust others mirrors our ability to trust ourselves. So true. When we break our own boundaries, betray ourselves, ignore our intuition, or silence our inner voice, we teach ourselves that we can't be trusted. But when you begin to rebuild that self-trust, when you start listening to your inner guidance, honoring your truth, and following your intuition, something very powerful happens. You attract relationships that reflect that same integrity, because the universe mirrors your inner state. So that's very powerful. And let's talk about the power of trust. Trust is not a weakness. It's strength in its highest form. It's not passively hoping that everything works out. It's knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when you can't even see it yet. As Rumi said, As you start to walk on the way appears. Well said. That's the essence of trust. Walking forward in faith, not because you know what's coming, but because you know who you are. When you live with trust, you vibrate at the frequency of love. You magnetize alignment, synchronicity, and peace. You become resilient because your foundation is not built on control. It is built on truth. And that's why Hemingway's words were so profound. The best way to find out if you can trust someone is to trust someone. Trust isn't something you figure out in your head. It's something you experience through the heart. It's a muscle that grows stronger with use. Exercise it. If you've been betrayed or hurt, rebuilding trust might feel difficult or almost impossible. But it starts with you, not with others. It comes from within. So how do you learn to trust again? Okay, well, step one, reconnect with yourself. Spend quiet time listening to your intuition. Let it guide you. The more you trust the inner voice, the less you will need external validation. Step two, release the past. Live in the present. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing your energy from the vibration of resentment. You cannot move forward if you are still anchored in old pain. Step three, set healthy boundaries. Real trust is not about letting everybody in. It's about opening your heart with discernment. Key. You can be open and aware at the same time. Step four, take small steps. Trust grows in stages. Small acts of honesty, vulnerability, and consistency. Every moment in life is an invitation to trust, to surrender the mind's need for certainty and flow with the energy of the present moment. When you learn to trust yourself and others, and the divine intelligence of life, fear now begins to dissolve. Your energy expands, your heart opens, and you begin to experience life as it truly is, a mirror of your own consciousness. Because to trust is to remember that you are supported by something far greater than fear. When you choose trust, you choose freedom. When you trust yourself, you align with the universe. And when you trust life, you step fully into your power as a conscious creator. We love and trust you all. Thank you.